So in today's video, we're going to be explaining how to make coins on the web app despite you having 0 welcome backpacks and the advanced SBCs are untradeable. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch for the cheapest trading guides out there for just £4, €4, all free with Amazon Prime. You'll receive daily trading and investing guides covering PlayStation, Xbox and PC with an array of methods covering all budgets. And I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million in multiple different FIFAs, and now for the last 4 years I've made 10 million coins in just the first month. So we have all come to EAFC 24 and today we should be going onto the web app, but we have come across a massive problem. That is that we have no welcome backpacks and the advanced SBCs are untradeable, leaving us relatively stranded when it comes to making coins. Well, luckily I've been trading on FIFA for about 11-12 years now, and I have seen the good, the bad and the ugly. So I've got you guys an answer to this very much ugly, problem we have. So I will say, because I will be honest with you guys, is it isn't a very fun way. It's not like in previous years when you could do advanced SBCs. It's not like in previous years when you got your welcome backpacks and you go, do you know what, I'll discard all the trash and I'll just go and buy maybe a Davinson Sanchez sort of thing. But as I say, we do have answers for you guys, and they are very, very trading based. So we're going to split this video into 3 different parts. We're going to talk about how you're going to get your starting coins. So that's going from 0 to a few K. We'll then talk about how you're going to turn that few K into maybe 10K, 20K via trading. And then we're going to talk at the end about investing. And I'm going to talk about, well, what is very relevant with investing is actually why this situation of it being hard to make coins and there not being many coins in rotation or in the market is actually not that bad of a thing. It basically means that your coins are going to go further. Maybe you make 1K. Well, that'll make you a lot more when the full game's out, rather than if everyone had starting packs. So I will just say as well, all the images you do see here are going to be from a Foot Accountant's stream, because very luckily, without even asking him, he looked through absolutely everything I wanted him to, and he answered a lot of my questions without even asking. So obviously credit to the trader, I guess. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is how you're going to go from 0K to about 2-3K. And it's going to be via the method I used for years and years and years. So on my channel, I've done many 0 to a million coins in 7 days, 0 to a million coins in 20 hours. And in these Road to Glories, how you get your starting coins is via discarding or listing the kits. Now we can see right here that he chose the PSG kit and the England kit. Now the relevance of this is if you are picking a gold rare kit or a gold rare badge, they discard for 500 coins. Which means minimum you can make 1.5k from the get-go from just selecting your kits and badges and then switching to the bronze ones that are in your club and discarding them. What I'll do right now is I'll show you him being able to list and discard these kits that he's chosen for free at the beginning. Right here I can see later that when he went to go and do something with a kit, he can actually go and quick sell that PSG kit. And you see you can quick sell it for 485 coins. Now the thing you got to make sure is when you're picking your kits, if you choose a gold non-rare one, you can only discard it for I think 100 coins. If you pick a silver one, you can only discard it for 50. So what you need to do is just pick the big teams. It's big teams and big nations that are always gold rare, and you're going to get a minimum of 1.5k. Now some of you may go, yeah, but surely enough people want the PSG kit that it'd go up to like 2k, or maybe goes up to 1.5k or whatever. Well, what I would say is, yeah, it very well might do, but if you're confident in yourself making coins, let's say this PSG kit went from 500 coins to 1.5k. Well, you could maybe go and invest in a player for 1k, and there'll be 8, 9k, maybe when the game's out, depending how early on. So let's say I could give you the offer, okay, would you prefer to have a PSG kit or a Van der Ven, 85 pace centre back in the Prem? Well, I think a Van der Ven would go up a lot more. So what your best bet would be to go and sell this or discard the PSG kit. And remember, you do have quick sell recovery. So let's say you go and discard it for 500 coins, do a bit of trading, get a Van der Ven, the PSG kit goes up to a K, then bring it back on a discard recovery, boom, another easy 500 coins a K. So that's something you can always do. But the main point I'm coming at here is the starting kits and badges you choose at the beginning, you should be able to discard and basically amass 1.5k instantly via discarding them. So the second way of making coins at the beginning other than discarding kits is just completing the mundane tasks that don't actually cost any coins because you get all this stuff at the beginning. So one of these is applying a player contract. You get given enough player contracts to sink a battleship at the beginning. So what you got to do is apply one, and now you're up to 1.6k. There are other things such as buying players and listing players. They'll also go and give you like 200 coins or 100 coins. In fact, there's a nice combination between squad maintenance, foundations, and weekly objectives. That if you buy 2 players and sell 2 players, I believe you get 500 to 600 coins in total, which means you'll get more coins from the objectives than it'll cost to buy the players, let alone, you know, if you sell these players or sell them for profit. So you should be able to basically amass about 2 to 2.5k via discarding 1.5k's worth of kits and then completing another, you know, 700 coins to 1k's worth of objectives. So now we get on to how we're going to turn that 2k into 5k and 10k, and the answer is extremely grindy trading. This is going to be an absolute nightmare because there aren't many coins in the, you know, the market, the economy. No welcome battle packs means it's not like every, you know, Tom, Dick and Harry has 5k. They don't really have anything. So again, grinding coins is going to be really, really hard. But what it is going to do is, because there aren't many coins in the economy, it's going to mean that every K you make, or every 500 coins you make, is going to potentially go make 5 times whatever you get it for. Because no one else has coins apart from you, which means you can go and snap up any cards that are maybe being listed by people who get the game early, who will probably have so many coins they don't care about small little cards like Van der Ven, or maybe like a Timo Werner or an Openda. So what we're going to do now is explain how we're going to turn that 2k into 5, 10k or more as such. Then you've got to think about where is the movement on the market going to come from. Now, people at the beginning aren't buying chem styles. People at the beginning, we're talking on the web app days, aren't buying random bronzes. The bronze pack method is, you know, null and void. They're not buying random silvers. What they are doing is more like they're not going to be doing the SBCs or the advanced SBCs. So what this means is you've got to basically trade with the players that are being used, which are players for SBCs. Ideally, the players who are being used for SBCs who have next to no supply, because if there's no supply, they go up and down, up and down, up and down, very, very often. So what we're going to be looking at trading with is we're going to be looking at trading with players from the top 5 nations: England, France, Brazil, Germany, Spain, Argentina. And we're going to be looking for positions where there are a lack of gold cards. So it sounds relatively complicated, but let me go and give you guys an example. So a bit of an example right here is Argentina with the left backs. Now, sadly, we don't actually know what cards are rare and non-rare, but hopefully you'll catch my gist. So Argentina is a very commonly used nation when it comes to the advanced SBCs. So we can imagine a lot of them are going to get put into SBCs. Now, there are 3 players here, 1 which is Tagliafico, and then 2 which are from the Argentinian league. So let's say, for example, that people are using loads of different leagues, so therefore Tagliafico, like he's been in previous years, is about 5 to 6k. Well, the others are in the Argentinian league, so they're not very useful. So what we'd now look for is we'd look for Argentinian left backs, not in the Argentinian league, who are silvers, because people are still going to use these in SBCs, but, you know, they offer something that doesn't really exist because of Tagliafico being really expensive. So if we scroll down a little bit, we can see right here we've got someone like Silva. Silva is a left back, he's Argentinian, but he's from the La Liga. And as a result, he's from a bit of a rarer league than the Argentinian league, which as a result means he could cost 2-3k. Well, there is a chance that he'll get listed on the market for like 500-600 coins, because people won't understand that this guy fits quite a rare criteria. And as a result of him being listed up for 500-600 coins, you could go and snap him up and then try and list maybe up for 1.2 or 1.5. But an even better example is someone like Ansaldi. There's even less Argentinians in the Serie A, which means if you get listed up for a few hundred coins, you can go and pick him up with the presumption that someone will go and use him in an SBC because he does fit that sort of rare criteria. So another example in where silvers might be quite expensive but people don't understand is Argentinian left wing. We look right here, we've got La Liga, Argentinian League and the MLS and the Prem, which are all relatively mainstream leagues, but if we go scroll through to the next page, we can see that there's an Argentinian from the Swiss League, which is a very, very rare league to get Argentinians on, which means if you need 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different leagues, well then he's going to have really, really good value because he's going to offer something that, you know, the gold cards don't. Because he's a silver, he's very rare. So when on the web app, what we're looking for is ideally silvers and maybe even bronzes in positions where there's a lack of gold variety, let's say. What I mean by there being, you know, loads of gold varieties, let's have a look at Brazil. If I go look at Brazil left wingers, with the golds this is. So if we go look at Brazil left mids, we've got Serie A, we've got the Liga Nos, we've got the Saudi League, we've got the La Liga, we've got the Eredivisie, we've got the Prem, another Saudi League, some more La Ligas, we've got the Hellas Liga. And right there we can see there's way more golds, which means you don't have to go to the silvers, because there should be enough variety in the golds. But in positions, again, Argentinian, right backs, and Argentinian left backs, and Argentinian left mids, they're looking pretty decent because the silvers and even the bronzes may hold a bit of value, but they'll consistently be undervalued by people not expecting them to have this sort of advanced SBC demand. So these are going to be the players you're going to be flipping because these are the players that should get brought. Here's an example of me doing this last year. You can see I was flipping English A-League left mids. We can see I was flipping CSL French right mids, and this was the best method to basically do at the beginning of the game. These players sold on really well, and it's because again these guys can fill gaps where there just aren't. So let's say you maybe didn't want to do the trading part, and let's just say you got like 2-3k, or let's say done the trading part and you've now got excess coins. Now personally I'll probably just consistently be using those coins to make more coins and more coins and more coins, and just consistently have 30 things listed up on my transfer list, because I think that's what you get given at the beginning, or maybe 100, because you'll make the best money just having a full transfer list, selling loads of players, and wait until you get basically people buying the random bronzes and silvers as such. But then you're going to have some coins to invest. Now, where are you going to go and invest your coins? Easiest thing to do is sort via pace and pick a league, ideally the Prem. So for example, Van der Ven is very good because he should get packed a fair bit. You know, it should be relatively cheap, but anyone sorting via pace Prem centre-backs should be buying the likes of Van der Ven. It's a bit of a Davinson Sanchez, it's a bit of a Joe Gomez, where these cards at the beginning of the game are starting off a few K, but this year they should be even cheaper because there's no coins in the web app. So I'd say maybe a K, 1.5k. But as the game comes out, as people are jumping on the game, these players have value. Right now they have no value. No one's on the game until the 23rd or 22nd, and they're not being used in SBCs. But as soon as people do jump on the game, they have value. The value at the beginning is all in the advanced SBC players. The value once the game's out is in the advanced SBC players, and it's going to also be in the weekend league to minor players, such as Van der Ven. Your best budget is just looking at the cheap stuff. The cheap stuff has insane return on investment when it comes to web app to the full release, even better than like your icons and heroes. Obviously, there is a chance you do duff it and you gauge the market wrong. But if you go with fast Prem players in positions where there's a lack of fast Prem players, you're looking good. Adeyemi, I'd be surprised if Adeyemi would start off as cheap as Van der Ven, but very good, fastest player in the game. Very mainstream sort of player. But hopefully that's answered your questions with how to make coins on the web app. It is absolutely horrible this year, but needs must. You know, there are answers that are just not very aesthetically pleasing. They are very grindy trading methods where you might have to wait a little bit of time for cards to sell on. But that's as good as you can get. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.